Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. Yay. I've got to have some cheering and stuff so he can punch that up and when I say it's Friday, because everybody's so excited that it's Friday and the weekend starts. And I'm so excited about my guest that I have today. Connor Halstead's in the house. Yeah, he
Hello.
is. Back off, women. Back off. And you can't call in. You can only Facebook me if you want to ask Connor what his phone number is or anything like that.
What happened to the call-in? Is that...
We don't call anymore.
Oh.
We're going to do strictly all by Facebook. They can, and I can read it with whatever inflection I want to read, whatever they say. I can, if they say something about me that's really mean or anything like that, I can just not talk about it. No, I want to talk about everything. If somebody did write in something that was really mean or nasty or stuff like that, I would definitely...
You would read it for sure.
Mark and I, when we did the Mark and Cindy show starting out, it was like the first couple of days, we got hate email. And it was so much fun. And I just went on and on about it. Mark was very offended and couldn't believe somebody would say something about
like what did they hate? People just they didn't like the show? Or?
They thought that, oh, you think you're funnier than you are, and
well,
you just want to... Okay, maybe it was a truthful.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes the
and
truth...
I read it with the wrong inflection. No, but they were mean about and our religious belief and that kind of stuff, and so they just wanted us off the air, and I loved it. And he didn't want to talk about it. He says, "Let's just don't talk about it." And I went, "No, that's funny. I mean, that means we're really real talk show hosts if we get hate mail." So I thought it was great. We are sitting here enjoying on this cold morning. I mean, it's cold for us. It's 60 degrees, I think, but it's
This
cold.
is like the 2 weeks of weather that I really like.
Yes.
Yeah, we're in that perfect window right now, so I'm trying to enjoy it and kind of soak it all up.
Every bit of it. And this is when a lot of companies and corporate people bring people from out of town to try and hire them. And they bring them in and they go like, "Oh, this weather's nice. Everybody said it was hot and humid and it was."
Is that a real thing? Like, do people?
And April's when they bring them in.
Really?
April, because usually April has more really good days than anything else, and so they bring them in and they hire them because they go like, "Yes, I love this," and they come back in the summer to move in, and they go like,
they move in June 1st, and
it's really not that bad though.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you're lazy and you stay inside all day, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You just follow the Richard plan, and then you can avoid the weather altogether.
Yeah. You stay in the basement.
Just run to the door to get back into the air conditioning. But anyway, so we're...
No, I park underground, so I don't...
Ooh, that's nice.
So
By
I'm
the
in
way...
my car.
Oh, do you?
No.
Oh, I was going to say you do.
By the way, I was driving without an air conditioner for the last 2 weeks in my truck, and that was...
it was so hot.
I kept waiting, it's going to get cold. It's going to get cold.
Right.
And it wasn't getting cold, so I finally...
Actually, I'm notorious around my friends for not turning on the AC, because every time we get in the car and I'm driving, after about 45 to a minute and a half, like, why aren't you turning on the AC, man? I'm like, oh, you can turn it on if you want. I don't really care.
Really? So you're kind of cold-blooded or what?
No, he just needs more fat on his body. He's just too skinny.
I like the heat. It's
really
nice. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Well, there are people.
I call it's the choking heat. That's what I love.
You love the choking heat.
Yeah.
The sauna
feels like Houston's choking.
It does, and that's why I don't love the choking heat.
No. So you finally got your air conditioner fixed just as this weather came in?
Yeah, I fixed it actually yesterday.
Good timing.
Yeah. Now I don't need it, but it's nice to know it's there.
That's right.
It's like a good friend. It's nice to know they're there in case you need them.
You'll always be using it. In 15 minutes, everything will change, and then you'll need it again. So we're sitting here in this very fall weather, and we're enjoying the coffee from Conroe Coffee.
Man, it's so good. What kind of coffee is this?
Wait a minute. And then we're also eating some banana loaf.
She probably doesn't know.
Bread.
Yeah. Is the bread also? Is this Conroe Coffee bread or?
This is Conroe Coffee bread. Me? No. But it's so fresh.
It's so good.
It is so good. But the coffee that you're drinking, I didn't know what you wanted. You just texted me and said, "Hey, can you have me some coffee ready when I get there?"
Yeah, well, that makes me sound like a jerk, but thanks. Yeah.
No,
I don't see the green M&Ms that I requested.
Yeah,
but...
no, I haven't taken all the brown out yet. But she said, "Hey, listen, in case your guest starts talking really fast, we put like 5 shots of.
Oh, did they?
And I don't know what that means because I don't drink coffee.
I'm gonna be up for 3 straight days.
So that's good. And she says, "Yeah."
I'll be super productive though.
But it's got
my house will be really organized.
It has caramel in it and toffee.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Normally, I just drink like black coffee.
See, I didn't know. Couldn't
No,
remember
but that's
what
fine.
you drank, so.
But this is actually really good.
Yeah, so it's really sweet, I
Yeah.
imagine. And so, anyway, with this is perfect. And I know you guys, all the ones that listen to us from their computer, like to gather around the computer and get some coffee and in front of the fireplace and something, pastry or something to eat while they listen to us. I'm sure that's how it happens. And sometimes I have to remember that people are having breakfast or stuff like that before I start talking, and some of the things I say may make them a little sick of their stomach. So I have to keep that in mind. But Connor Halstead, you who have just joined our family and of listeners, he's been with us in and out for a long time. I've known Connor since he was a little kid, and I'm not going to go through that again.
Yeah, let's not do that again.
Such a brat, but.
It's been a little while since I've been around, though. There for a while, I was coming like pretty regularly.
Well, I was
I
off.
offended you or something.
No. I was off for like 3 months.
That's what I love. She didn't tell anybody that she wasn't going to be on until Regret Film.
Yeah,
she didn't tell anybody that.
No, I think I said that.
I think Bob showed up a couple times.
Oh no,
that's not true. No, that's not true. I said
I do think she told me that, but
I was going to come back when it's FM, but it kept being pushed back. So that's why I was off for so long, because I was trying to make it easy for Richard, because I'm on 5 days a week, and so it'd be easy for him if I just stayed home and he could play reruns or whatever he wanted to do in that time slot. But he's trying to get ready for this switch to FM, and it's been a big deal. So now we're only days away. It'll be
no, I don't believe it still.
So, like, have y'all talked about this, like, every single day?
No.
So, what's the missing piece? What's holding it up? Is it that they haven't approved something? Or
No,
is it
everything's been purchased.
Is it equipment
really
that's not in place?
Is, I mean, we can't throw anyone under the bus,
okay.
But
okay.
There's a particular person who, I don't know if he didn't care or she doesn't care, but it's just kind of like, oh, I'll come in next week. Oh no, I'll come in a week.
And it's about like some sort of equipment or something.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. He or she.
I know we have receipts.
Okay.
So I'm a receipt guy.
Okay.
So
the towers are up. They're ready.
Everything's ready to go. It's just a matter of coming in and
plugging it in, and then we go. It happens. But there's some training that needs to be done, that kind of thing. And Richard has built this beautiful table for us.
This table. Did you build this table, Richard?
He built it. He built this.
I know that we're just talking about totally random stuff right now, but this table is
part of the Cindy Cochran Show.
Yeah. Welcome.
But no, that's what, like, right now for just
this
listeners,
arrangement's much better.
Oh no, I love it. No, it's going to be really cool. Like, we're right now on the calendar. Basically, we're going to go dark next Friday, and then we're going to be off the air till the 31st. And on the 31st, the goal is we're going to be on FM and TV.
And TV.
And TV.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's
so there's going to be like a camera up in here.
Yeah, there's going to be 3 cameras. It's going to be a full operative switch.
Wow, I'm going
to start to be nice.
So
styling my hair before
I can't come in my pajamas anymore.
Exactly.
I've got to start.
Well, that's one thing I'm
up.
trying to prep Cindy to do when she speaks to her guests. Typically, her dialogue goes like this: "Would you like to be on my show?" "Yes." "You'll be on tomorrow at 10. See you then." And that's it. And then they don't really know if it's a radio show or a TV show. It's just a show.
That's not
and
true.
So they'll come out, they'll show up, an hour early during my show and walk in because they're not instructed to walk in. There's a sign that says don't walk in, but, Cindy's guests are like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
we don't believe in signs. Okay.
But no, I was trying to warn Cindy. I go, you know how many times you're going to have guests, or we're going to have guests all together? And they're like, we're on TV. And they won't come in, or they'll freak out.
Yeah, because they freak out when he's going to take a picture at the end. He stands there up and takes a picture.
Yeah,
and they go I would have dressed. I would have had my hair done. So now we're going to be on TV.
And then that's when you look at him like, well, you should have cared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
How dare you?
To be fair, I glow all the time, so I don't. It is what it is.
Connor, you're so good looking.
Well, that's because your AC.
Stop.
That's because your AC was out.
That's right.
And
I'm glistening.
That was perfect.
Wouldn't be pretty funny if. I know because you work at the youth center or the youth area. Everyone's like, something's wrong with Connor. Every time I see him, he's sweating.
Yeah, he's nervous.
Like,
Why is he lying?
What's going on?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Every time I see him,
it's my secret life that my double life.
That is true. I mean, and now I haven't even introduced you. I think I'm starting to, and then we got off in something else.
I'm sorry.
There's a lot of squirrel moments that happen.
Well, that's one of the jokes for Batman. is a real life Batman would be tired all the time because he gets beat up at night.
That's right.
And then he playboys during the day.
Yeah.
And so
So am I Batman?
There's a theory that he's addicted to uppers.
To drugs.
You are listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. Yeah,
excuse us.
The Cindy Cochran Show is. And we're going to be having to go to a break. We're going to come back. But I'm with Connor Halstead, and he is a youth minister. I mean, he's like one of the coolest youth ministers. The kids love this guy. Parents, not so much. But the kids, no. Everybody
don't mind
loves
the smell.
Connor.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, so we will be right back. You're listening to Cindy Cochran Show, Real Reality Radio.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
We're starting to film our talk shows and putting them on YouTube. Your favorite Lone Star Community Radio show can be seen on YouTube under our Lone Star Community Radio channel and on City of Conroe's Our City TV channel on Suddenlink Channel 12. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see the most recently released videos and find more information online at irlonestar.com/TV.
The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Thank you so much for listening. If you just joined us, we're going to be talking about dating and how to get, can you impress a girl on $20 nowadays? Is there any way to take a girl out and have a good time and it be a great date for $20? I don't know if that's possible, but that's why I brought in Connor Halstead.
I love how I get kind of typecast on this show. It's always
I just had a feeling that
you
might be an expert.
It's a compliment. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because what you're saying is that if I do go on a date, there's no way I'm spending more than $20. Thus, I would have plenty of ideas.
I kind of guessed that, but I didn't know. But I did want to ask you about this. This is now. I can't wait to see your expression.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to post it because then you would have come in. Okay. Have you been following politics at all? Have you been following the presidential race? Okay. Mm-hmm. Were you able to, or maybe you didn't want to have your ears exposed to Donald Trump's tape that he did Access Hollywood?
Yeah, I did. I listened to it.
And that's free.
You still have $20.
No, so
that's a Donald Trump thing, right?
No,
keeping that money, still getting
right.
that kitty cat.
So, okay, Richard. Now listen, I hate to have to bleep you.
Well, wasn't that entertaining though? When the whole news thing, they're trying to not say the word, and then it's like, well.
You know what? On Drudge Report, they said every word. And that just amazed me. Fox News also said the exact words he said, and it was printed on the screen right in front of your face. It was amazing. But when they try and bleep it out, it's really funny because you get to hear the first letter and the last part, and we're not stupid, so it was all over the place. But the righteous indignation from everybody, that all the anchor people, was just amazing. I mean, it made me want to puke because of how they just couldn't believe he said that, and how dare he say that. I'm so offended that he said that. How could he do that? And I'm just going, what? Why are y'all acting like this? Like, this is not that it's no big deal, but that it's just like over the top, and nobody does this. And when he said it was locker room talk, and all these guys and athletes started saying, we don't talk like that.
Please. Yeah. I mean, here, I don't have any respect for Donald Trump, but if, just with how many videos on YouTube there are of like, Bill O'Reilly when they cut to camera and he's, yelling.
Yeah.
It seems like every couple of months there's some celebrity who gets caught with a microphone on screaming and yelling and
well, and not even that, they're selling records with this, the especially hip hop and all that stuff that came out with all this horrible, language about women, and that's okay. And they even invite those guys to the White House to sing and do their lyrics, so that's okay. But this guy,
it's not what you probably want from your presidential candidate. That might be the difference, though. Although I assume that a lot of those, all the people who are trying to be on their high horse.
I mean, wasn't there a recording of Gary Johnson? Not the Garrett, like the President Johnson talking about his private areas. Have you ever heard of those recordings?
Probably.
No.
I just think it's
Who is describing it to a department store clerk because he's talking about his pants because his pants are too. You have to be bigger.
you need a little tailoring.
Yeah.
Man, I want to.
No, there's a really. I'll find
That's
the
great.
recording for you. It's like
But-
from the 50s.
But here we go. You know, we've had John Kennedy and all the stuff that he'd done. We find out later all the women that he had and how that all happened. But just recently, the person who is running as his opponent, her husband, was the worst. And you see, you were too young to have paid any attention to all that that happened with Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky and all that. But there were so many people before that when he first came into office or wanted to run for the office, what he did in Little Rock, Arkansas, as governor. And his state troopers had to be sworn to, because they're the ones that would have to go pick up these women or take them to the women or guard the doors whenever he went in. And it was horrible. And this is what her husband was doing. And she would act so shocked that Donald Trump would say these things when we know what Bill was up to.
I don't think anybody is as outraged as they want to be, or as their act. I mean, he shouldn't have said it. It was, it was bad. It was bad. It was inappropriate.
But he was saying it in a private, and they didn't know it was being recorded.
Well, and
then you find out that's how they talk, and a lot of people say, "Well, I've heard my husband say stuff like that, and I've heard my husband not that, but but talk about women."
I mean, it's obviously, and it's anyways. I just think that I'm kind of tired of the whole ordeal.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, the whole everything. I mean, all parts of it. So I know. I mean, I don't know where you're falling down, Richard. I'd be curious to kind of know where you come down on this whole thing, if you're going to vote or who or whatever. But I mean, people have been asking me if I watched the debate, like the third or the most recent debate, and I didn't. I watched the first two. I watched the first two because I felt like I should.
Right.
And I actually heard the third one was kind of the most debate-y of them all.
Right. More closer to a debate.
Yeah, or closer, more like a debate. And I just get to the point where it's just kind of depressing to think about, I mean.
Well, it's depressing to have both sides doing things that you would never expect a president to do. And to vote for somebody that does that, says that, and is so crooked and so underhanded. And a lot of things that Donald Trump has done well is to lift the rock, and everybody has to talk about this stuff, where it was all kept undercover. Nobody would talk about these things. And now he's exposing this. He's exposing the media. He's exposing a lot of the I guess, the filth and all that is there. And so to not vote for him because of something he said, God said, pray for the leaders. And these two leaders need more prayer than anybody. Brianna Dunho said that she's voting for the vice presidents. She says because she thinks either one of these it's going to be assassinated immediately.
Oh, my gosh. By her. All right. So if it happens.
Did y'all watch the dinner thing last night?
Yes, I did.
No.
Did you like his joke about the pardon me?
That was hilarious.
Okay.
Trump said that Hillary... Oh, they were.
I have it pulled up. You want me to play it?
Yeah, play it. This is pretty
so set it up a little bit.
All right, so this dinner is a fundraiser, basically in New York, where they, I guess it's tradition when the presidential candidates go to this thing,
right,
to raise money, and it's a bunch of like elites, and all the press is there, like the head of the press, not just like a guy with a microphone. Mm-hmm. Everyone's wearing really nice clothes, and each candidate goes up and does like a roast, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, that's what's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be humorous.
Right.
And so this is what Donald Trump does right here. And when I heard it, I was like, this guy's pretty crazy. Let's see.
And even tonight, with all of the heated back and forth between my opponent and me at the debate last night, we have proven that we can actually be civil to each other. In fact, just before taking the dais, Hillary accidentally bumped into me, and she very civilly said, "Pardon me."
That's awesome.
Yes, you don't know who's going to pardon who, and so
she even laughed about it. That's actually I've never seen her have more emotion than that laugh. If you watch it, she is cracking.
I didn't know that she was programmed for humor. I didn't know that.
That's what I'm saying. I was really impressed that
That's okay. So 0% chance Donald Trump came up with that, right? There's no way. Like he's got.
I don't know. See, I wouldn't put it past him. That guy's. He said those words in that tape. Come on, that guy's full of himself. So he can.
I just think it's too funny for him. Like that's pretty fun. Like that's a good joke. You know?
It's for the charities for the Catholic diocese there, and so that's what.
I'm sure the Catholic Church is really excited to have them raising money.
Well, think about this. He gets up there and says,
for him, yeah, he's pro-life. So.
That's right.
He said, I know that all the Catholic hierarchy here has a great deal of see, their heart already is accepting of me because they understand that there was a man who was a carpenter and he worked for his father. And that's just like me. And everybody starts laughing like, what? And he says, well, I mean, maybe I only did it 3 days, but I was a carpenter and worked for my dad. It was just like so everybody's wondering, what are you? Are you comparing yourself to Jesus Christ? Well, and it's like, oh no! But so a lot of times he would say stuff, and people would start going, and then they start laughing because it take a while for them to get what he was talking about. Or,
said, I was the best carpenter. Fantastic furniture. It was fantastic. It was classy. It was wonderful. Huge.
The best was the first 8 minutes of his speech is just like those jokes. And then the last 8 minutes is just him making fun of everyone in the room. Because basically everyone in the room hates him.
Oh, it's a real liberal media thing?
Well, yeah, it's like all the media's there.
Yeah.
Like the head CEOs are there. And it was funny because he was calling them all out. And no one was like, there's a GIF of a guy behind him just having the time of his life. He's smiling and smiling. Then when he goes, Hillary Clinton is so corrupt, his face just goes
his eyes get huge.
He's just dead, what? Like a deer in the headlights. Like, oh, he's saying stuff.
That's hilarious.
Saying stuff.
Don't say anything. But
I was listening to an interview from Jimmy Kimmel for the Jimmy Kimmel Live or whatever his show's called now, and he was talking about how he's worried that after this election's over, all these talk shows are going to have a creative slump because it's a crutch. This election, it's just churning out material every day.
Oh yeah.
And so these writers' rooms for all these comedy shows, they haven't had to actually think outside the box about anything.
No,
they just wait for Trump to say something.
He's provided it all. And if she wins, it's just going to be the WikiLeaks leaks because it's just going to be leaking more and more stuff. And so it's good that she does have maybe the power to pardon herself, and so it'll be okay. But I think he's going to win. I think everything is.
You think he's going to win?
Yeah. I think all the polls are wrong, and Samantha's wanting to bet me.
Well, actually, it's pretty incredible.
No, he's going to win.
It's pretty incredible that in the last year, he's actually fighting.
Like that he's still in it?
He's still in it.
It's unbelievable.
Well, of course.
To me, that's kind of the craziest idea. And then, so why is it crazy to say he might win? Because come on. Every step of the way, everyone's like, no.
Well, that's a good point.
No.
I've been no way he'll make it through the primaries. No way, But
right.
And he didn't just make it through the primaries.
He won.
That's
handily.
what's so crazy. and that's one thing I would brought up to her. And I was like, how do you feel about being neck and neck with Donald Trump?
Yeah, your whole life's work. You've been a politician your entire career.
This guy just decides to talk
and
in
then
the
Celebrity Apprentice host decides he's going to do it, and here he is.
She does a Facebook video that says, I've done these things, I've done this thing, I've done all these things. She's talking about her accomplishments, and then she says, and why I aren't up 50 points in this race, I don't get it. So she's trying to be funny, but she's that's
probably
right.
Being serious.
But it's right because you should be.
I mean, there's a reason.
Yeah, that's right. I think he's right there. It's going to be within striking distance, and I think he's going to do it. I think the polls are wrong. I think they've skewed Democratic.
Well, the polls have always been wrong.
Right, and they're predicting this is going to be like the Brexit polls because the Brexit polls were saying that they're not going to leave. They're not going to leave, and they were shocked whenever it came down to it because
they weren't. It wasn't really even that close, was it?
No.
So. They were just, everybody was like, what? So I think all these people who have all articles and everything else when Hillary takes office and it's all over, everything's over, they're going to be sorry.
Well, I kind of love this third party Gary Johnson guy who, I like him all right, but his whole strategy is let's win 3 states so that no one gets the majority electoral votes. and then
Right.
it'll go to the House and Senate for, and they get to vote. And I think they'll vote for me. Like he has no plan of actually winning the election, like for real. He just is like,
That's right.
I'm going to be the fly in the ointment here, and maybe they'll want me more than they want the other two.
Hey, listen, you can always jump in and say who you think's going to win. You can get on the Facebook page, The Cindy Cochran Show, and go to messages, and then let me know what you think. We have Dennis always letting me know what he thinks. Okay, guys,
is that
we'll
what
be
you could
right.
use the $20 for? Is you put a bet on the who wins the campaign?
Ooh.
Yeah, well, he's going to take it and go to the movies by himself. So anyway, we're going to come back and talk to Connor about cheap dates and how much fun can you have on $20. Okay, don't go away. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show, Real Reality Radio.
The Cindy Cochran Show, Real Reality Radio.
Lone Star Community Radio is FM. That's right. Set your radio dials and your button presets to Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1, coming in June of 2016. To celebrate this edition and the addition of video versions of our talk and music shows on YouTube, cable TV, and Our City TV, we are offering special sponsorships rates, which include free audio spots that are played throughout our broadcast. Interested? Check out our sponsor rates for shows just like the one you're listening to online at irlonestar.com/sponsor, or call the station at 936-647-5747, reaching the people of Montgomery County with Montgomery County's community radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the first daily talk show serving Montgomery County.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. I just love our listeners. You never know what they're going to come up with and say. And before we even get into the talking about...
I think you should get into it because you're going to speak political stuff and
No,
you're never going to get to it.
Before third segment here, so before we get started...
we have a listener that did write a message. He wanted to know how many programs will be televised. That's the only clean thing that he said that I can tell everybody. Because, you're so bad. But do you know how many programs?
Well, to answer that question right now is we're going through a process of making sure all of our programs are appropriate for live television, which shouldn't be too hard.
Except mine.
Talking about the kitty cats and all that kind of stuff. But everything will have a schedule right now. So every talk show we have will have a schedule on Our City TV. So, for example, Cindy Cochran is live at 10 a.m. online and on FM, and actually you can probably watch it live online. But for the TV, we'll probably find a schedule. She'll be like on a Wednesday at noon, or we'll figure out a schedule for her show.
Why wouldn't I be on every day, every morning?
Well, because you're not nice to me.
See, political everywhere.
And plus, I was just saying
Politics
in generic terms, we'll put you on at some scheduled time. I can try to put you on every day, but the question is, Conroe want to see you every day.
Connor, you would be there, right? You would be there, right?
Every day.
Every day.
Every single day. That's
See,
right.
so there you go. And he's a millennialist, so that's great.
I think it's just millennial.
Millennialist?
That's a religious thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
Millennial.
all right. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Thank you for being here to tell me
No
that.
problem.
Okay, Connor.
Yes, ma'am.
Got $20 in your pocket.
Okay.
You're going to ask a girl out.
Okay.
What are you going to do for $20?
Well, so kind of here's what I was thinking when you asked me this question at the beginning. So I started, and Richard, I'd love to hear your input on this. I think in a lot of situations...
No, Richard is so cheap. No. He could do it for 10.
Well, that'd be perfect then if I'm so cheap.
You could do it for 10.
I think in a lot of situations with females when it comes to dating or relationships in general, it's more about how much, like, hassle is the wrong word, but how much effort it took, right? Would you say that's fair? Like, maybe the money spent is one category, but another category is, like, what did this take from you to put together? So I think with spending, it's not necessarily about how much money you spent, but did it if you spent all day preparing something, right? Mm-hmm. I think that, that is appreciated. Or if it was very inconvenient for you to make this thing happen, I think that, sometimes they might like that. Or
so it's what you invested.
Yeah, what you invested. What you invested, was it, did it seem like you put some thought maybe into it? Right. Not just like, on the drive over, you were like picking a thing to go do or whatever. And also, I think if you're very cheap or if you don't have any money, then you can really save yourself some, look at what's going on in the city. What's the city? Sometimes the cities will put things on that you can just go to for free, or find a cool place, or try to do some, some Googling about what's around or available.
And so you would do that. See, that's amazing, because I think most girls don't believe guys think more than like, hey, you want to go to the show? Hey, you want to go to McDonald's? You wanna go,
well, it depends on the girl.
Well, I'm just talking. If you try to impress a girl and all you had was $20. So I think what Connor was saying, like the investment you put in. Well, now that's one thing Richard will do. I got to give Richard kudos for this, because
he puts in the time.
He does. Listen, tell him about one of your typical dates that you had before you were but now you're locked up. You can't date anymore. But
well, like I said, it depends.
Are you married now?
No.
Oh, you're just in a relationship.
In a relationship.
Okay.
Like I said, it depends on the girl. I've gone out with girls where it is completely obvious that they really like me. So really, what I do won't be wrong, and I have a lot of leniency on my part.
Oh yeah.
So I can choose. I'm very flexible with my choices. But I've also gone with girls who are very superficial and materialistic, and I knew exactly what to do for them, because when if you have an idea who a person is, it's really easy to get what you want from them. So
okay, Trump.
Well, no, okay. I'm not saying like the physical stuff. I meant more of, like, if I want to go out and enjoy myself, this is how the only way I can do it. And I like girls who are more open, and if they're attracted to me, then I have more freedom. So like, we can go to a museum and just be ourselves. And it's not really going to the museum is what it's important. It's us being together. Yeah. But some girls like to be wine and dine, and so it's like I have to go to a specific type of restaurant that fits this girl's mold, and then I have to go.
That's not the $20 date.
That's not the $20.
No, that's not the $20 date. The one that just wants to be with you.
No, but he would take girls to the park. They'd go look at the boats floating by, and things like that were so sweet. And he would just have a picnic, and he would do stuff that you go like, only happened in movies. That's what I really appreciate about his creativity.
Well, like today, $20 is get a kite.
Yeah.
And go fly a kite.
Go fly a kite. There you go.
Let's go fly a kite.
That's
really good.
You asking me out, man?
Yeah.
But so that'd be easy today. I mean, there's several parks around Conroe, and especially in the Woodlands, and
See, my problem is I feel lame doing that kind of stuff. See,
but again, it's not about doing those things. It's about spending the time together. And I think that's what I like doing. Like when I plan a date with my significant other, it's more of like, have I not had a chance to sit with her for a while? Because a lot of times your life's going so fast, the only time you get to really sit is dinner time or lunchtime or a meal. And if you're trying to do something outside that, it's always nice to be like, there's not going to be any pressure. We don't have to go to a show. We don't have to be somewhere at some certain time. We just go here when we feel like we need to go, and then we can walk around. If we don't want to walk around, we can leave.
Yeah.
So, and then that's.
But I think the thing is that's not a first. That's a lot of pressure on a first date sometimes.
No, that's the easiest first date, because you can actually find out if you like the person.
Well, that's true, but I think sometimes, and maybe we're different here a little bit, but I think sometimes having something happening helps facilitate the conversation
to help distract.
If you're just like sitting in a room across a table, I mean, you can talk and everything like that. But I think
like you go fly a kite, and that's what you focus on. If they don't want to talk, like, hey, I want to go over here and fly a kite.
But see, Connor's saying that's really not me. If I said that, nobody would believe that.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
but if you said, I want to explore these caves, or I want to go shoot hoops, and I'll teach you, how to play basketball. I'll show you how to play basketball and hold the ball like this, and then you throw it. And no, but don't you feel like that's probably just your personality?
That's probably true. We're probably a little bit just a little different personality.
But you can't go to the movies.
No, movies a terrible date.
And
that's why I go by myself. Movies are the perfect alone thing. People have it all wrong. Everybody wants to go with friends. No,
you're exactly right. Because number one,
here you go. I got something. Let's see. How much is this? It is Night Market, Asia Night Market over in Houston. Basically, they have food trucks, expeditions, activities, local vendors, live music.
Did you just Google Asian market, or
no?
How did you find that?
I go to the subreddit of Houston, and they have a little thing every weekend that says what to do in town.
Really?
Yeah, they have a list of cool things that go on. I'm trying to look and see how much this is. It might be free. So there you go. You got $20 in your pocket right there.
Save,
So-
little $10 for gas. You get down there, and then
Yeah, that's right. But you can't go to the movie because of the expense of it, and also. But here's the deal.
Yeah, it's free. $2 for a tote bag.
ooh,
And it comes with a lot of cool stuff like flowers. Boom.
oh, boom, man! Now you got $8
So-
left. All right, $10 for gas, $2 for the tote bag.
You're done. Okay. But what I'm saying is, going to the movie. Let me get this out.
Okay, get it out.
Is that you need to take somebody to the movie, though, at least once before you get engaged, because of how they laugh.
Ooh.
I have seen people that when we went out and we went to the movie, and I thought they were a cool guy until something funny happened, and their laugh was so embarrassing. I was like, oh my word, I could never go to the movies with this guy. So I really want to date him. And that also, if they talk during the movie, I would never marry someone that talked during the movie or told me what they thought was going to happen or anything like that. That's important. Those are important things.
Hocus Pocus on tonight, 8 p.m. at Green Street over there in what's it called? Discovery Green.
The one with the
It's on
big
the
Miller?
lawn. Yeah, it's on the lawn.
that's
Blankets
kinda
and
cool.
lawn chairs are welcome.
Oh.
So you got that. Let's see. I mean, this is.
But Connor's saying that through that whole
that's
time,
free,
you can't,
by the way. $20 in your pocket.
20 more bucks. Richard's a
you're-
machine here. Come on, keep them coming.
See, I'm telling you, he knows this stuff, and
I didn't
he's
know about
creative.
the subreddit of what to do in Houston. See, that's a great
Well,
resource.
a blogger puts it together for you.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
So you can have someone. They ought to have it like. Here's your criteria though: $40 and under, or $20.
Well, you just look at the location. Typically, the location kind of gives it away.
It's what's
if
going
it's
to happen.
outdoor somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, do you care if a girl has that kind of expectation that they've got to be impressed and you got to spend money on them? As soon as you find out you got to spend a lot of money on this girl to impress her, is that she off the list or?
I just think for me, I don't know if off the list is right, but it's one of those things where you got to kind of, weigh, is it worth it or not? Does this person seem like it's worth I think that's in all relationships. Are they worth the time? Are they worth the whatever? If there's somebody, for me personally, I'm not a big let's go to fancy restaurants every night or anything kind of person. So if that's what they're wanting to do, it's probably more of just like a, not similar interest thing than anything else.
Uh-huh.
So, I like to do more kind of going and doing things.
I know.
And so that's probably more of what it is rather than
Trying to find someone like that. Is it hard though to find that kind of person, or is some people always trying to push girls on you because you're a youth minister in a large church, and so you've got a lot of people that are wanting you to be taken care of, and they care about you, so they want to get you married off. So, do you have people doing that to you all the time? Are they pushing girls on you?
not maybe as much as you'd think. I think more than pushing girls, it's people who are like, it's almost like they have the intention to, but not like the follow through with it, or what. They'll say, "Oh my goodness, here's, or I know the perfect," or "Hey, when are you gonna," or all
Yeah.
that, or all that kind of stuff.
You're sick of people coming up and saying, "When are you going to get married?"
I think
right?
by now I've kind of broken everyone's will. I've been
there
there
you
for
go.
like over 6 years, and hope is dying slowly in everyone's mind as I just chug along.
You're going to go out of town somewhere, find somebody, get married, come back, and it'll be done.
Yeah,
And so you don't have to go through any of that stuff, right?
exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna go over to like Asia somewhere or something,
Yeah,
and come back
yeah.
with a very very obedient. I'm just kidding.
There you go. Oh my word! I think that came straight out of your dad's mouth.
Yeah,
It
maybe
sounds like
so.
something he would say. But anyway, we've got to go to a break. I'm sorry. It's so much fun to talk to you, and we went right past the break. You're listening to the Cindy Cochran Show. My guest, Conroe Halstead, all-around guy, and we want to talk a little bit of sports when we come back, if you don't mind. Okay. All right. Don't go away, everybody. We're going to find out what those Houston Texans are going to be doing next. All right. The Cindy Cochran Show, Real Reality Radio.
The Cindy Cochran Show. You ain't heard nothing yet.
Did you know your favorite show on Lone Star Community Radio are on social media? Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram, you name it, they're on it. Check out where they are online on irlonestar.com/shows and see which of your favorite hosts are online. Make sure to follow them and see what is in store for the next broadcast. Follow Lone Star Community Radio on Twitter at IR Lone Star or Facebook with facebook.com/IR Lone Star.
The Cindy Cochran Show, the most opinionated talk show on radio.
And we're back on the Cindy Cochran Show. Yes, we are. And I do want you to know that Jimmy, the C, is supposed to be here and talk about sports. And he was under the weather today. So what's good about Connor is he's an expert in everything. And
how do you get a cool,
sports.
like, Jimmy the C? Like, how, I mean...
Because I gave him that name.
I know, but brew on it, because I would like to have some sort of a little tagline.
You'd like to have a... Okay, well, we'll think about it.
Okay, not right now, but later
Connor
on.
is such a...
we can talk later.
Such a sophisticated name. It's hard to go. Connor the H. Okay, so we'll talk about that. But Connor's here, and he knows all about sports. How about those Texans? Who are they up against next, and when?
Denver is this weekend, so a little bit nervous about that.
Oh, you don't think there's a chance? Or?
Well, I mean, I guess there's always a chance, but the Texans have looked pretty not so great for most of the time.
Was that just a fluke? That they won last.
Well, Indianapolis is like really, really bad.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's what I'm thinking. Yay!
No, Indy's like really bad at football. So the fact that it was in that situation in the first place is probably a bad sign for us. And so then the fact that we actually were able to come. I mean, yeah, their team is terrible. So glad we won. Wins are good. The problem is our quarterback, who I'm trying to be on his team. I'm trying to be on Team Brock because
he's so cute.
That's why, because he's so dreamy. You think he's cute? I think he's kind of weird looking.
No. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
He's very good looking.
He's like 8 feet tall. He's like 6'8". He's super tall.
Right.
But anyways,
he's cute.
He on the field for about 90% of every game, he looks like they just pulled some like 11-year-old kid off the sideline and he's just like staring off into the sky, like totally overwhelmed, like not having any idea what's going on. Just throwing
those kids that play Little League.
Yeah, oh yeah. It was like when I used to play right field in Little League, and I would just be staring up, picking the grass, kicking the dirt.
That's right.
It's like he has no clue what's going on for most of the game. So they got to figure that out.
Well, we wanted him to be good.
At least it's an improvement over Matt Schaub, who looked like he didn't even want to be there.
Right.
Well, Matt Schaub was a broken man by the end. He was like a guy coming out of a prisoner of war camp or something. Like his will had been totally crushed.
You're right, and I think that if the Texans right now, I mean, are the only things we're looking for and looking to enjoy sports-wise. What else should we be looking for this weekend?
This weekend? Well, I think, and I'm not sure when their next game is, but it's almost NBA season here. And so if you're a Houston Rockets fan, I think, in fact, they play tonight against the Spurs at 7:30. And so we're 5-1 in the preseason. And there's some excitement. There's a little, last year was a really underwhelming. 2 years ago, the Rockets were really good. Last year was really underwhelming.
You're right.
But I think this year we're set to maybe bounce back a little. I think it's going to be an exciting season for the Rockets.
We need it. We need it so badly. So that would be wonderful. Do you see anything of any one of our, the Astros, the Texans, and the Rockets? You have more faith in the Rockets coming through? I'm always forget about them. And Richard,
they just got last place, I think, didn't they?
Oh yeah. There's an infographic of because in soccer there's tables.
Yeah.
And it showed their progress through the whole season. It literally flat lines and goes straight at the bottom all the way across the season.
Oh man.
Houston better.
And they won like 3 or 4 years ago, didn't they?
They've won the thing 3 times.
Yeah.
So
and they're relatively new
their
team.
coach abandoned the team basically because he got a better job offer. Typical. And then the management changed hands in the middle of it.
Oh, wow.
So no one got any new players and no one renewed contracts. So basically I think about a third of the team are the understudies from the partner team, which is the minor leagues.
Well, that would affect your success a little bit.
That's exactly right. I just want to say something before we're about ready to go off the air. But I wanted to remind everybody, next week, I had been saying that we were going to be on FM, and that's been pushed back. But so Bob Smiley will be on the next week. Next Tuesday, first week in November. And I think that's the 2nd, November 2nd. Is that Tuesday? I think that's Tuesday. Anyway, he will be here.
It's the 1st.
It's the 1st. I knew there was, thank you for fact checking me. So it's going to be the 1st. Bob Smiley will be here. And anyway, we're going to have a great week. Anyway, just join me. I've got a lot of fun things we're going to do next week. And have a great weekend. We're so happy that you came, Connor. Thank you.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
Listen, guys, go out and do something nice for somebody. It'll make you feel better. And remember, the Cindy Cochran Show, Monday through Friday, Real Reality Radio.
Thanks for checking out this production on Lone Star Community Radio, Montgomery County's radio station. For more information on this show and other shows on Lone Star, check us out online at irlonestar.com. If you're interested in sponsoring a program on Lone Star Community Radio and reaching the local audience of Montgomery County on FM, internet, and TV media, please call 936-647-5747 or contact us online at irlonestar.com. This recording is a Lone Star Community Radio production, produced by the show host and Dick Schisler of Lone Star Community Radio. Interested in volunteering as a music DJ or starting your own talk show? Contact Dick Schisler at dick@irlonestar.com or by phone at 936-647-5747.